Hello, Irina. Hey, I wanted to make this video that you asked about, so I simply just brought in the question. You missed the same one on both ones as you probably know, and it's a pretty good question, and I can certainly see why you picked the choice that you did. But we'll just talk about each of them and the question, and then we'll just kind of process through information and hopefully that helps. So as you can see, I brought in the question, and the word we want to focus in the actual question part of the question, even though they have to give you the background information, but they're looking for a benefit. Okay. Now, when you think the study of animals, one of the things that you want to think about, and it's my topic list over there, is that there's some things that you kind of want to filter this question through. The idea of competition, which they mentioned, and the first response. The idea of selection responses, or not responses, processes. We'll talk about that. And of course, this whole thing is kind of a heredity type question as well. But as you can see there in the text at the bottom, this type of question is looking for an answer that deals with the survival of not only individuals but the group as well. And when we mean survival, when we're talking about animals, the study of animals, a big portion of that is reproduction. That keeps the group numbers up. It allows it to move forward, so if the group continues 20 years from now, it will have some of the same numbers, but not all the same numbers. And but we'll talk about that. So if we just start at the very top, let's start with the one that you selected. Females are the only ones responsible for taking care of offspring. The portion of that question that kind of brings it into the not correct category is the phrase "only ones." That's not necessarily a benefit. That's more of that's how it is, because there are no adult males there. The females are the only ones that are responsible, and it doesn't mean that there wouldn't be a benefit if there were adult males. If nothing else, protection alone. Some bigger, stronger adult males would be kind of like what a lion pride does. I mean, if you ever watch a documentary on lions, that big adult male, he doesn't do much, but what he does do, protection, he does very well, and it's very, very beneficial to have that around. So we just want to think about the group and the word benefit. And you can see the right answer there, the third one. So I'll save that one for the last. The first choice: females do not have to compete for a mate. And if you look at a elephant social group, you wouldn't think you see competition, but it isn't competition like what you would think, like a mad scramble competition. A male shows up and the females start running around and pushing to get over to where he is. It isn't that kind of competition. Competition, or I should say, what competition would look like in an elephant social group would be a hierarchical. In other words, they've already determined the pecking order of the elephants, the matriarch elephant, and then on down the list to the very youngest or least important member of the group. And where you are in that line is their version of competition. If you get to the point to where you're an adult female and you think it's your time to take over the group, that competition also exists. So it isn't the word compete like you would think. Like if you were at the mall and there's you're in the food court area and there's 20 teenage girls and one teenage boy. That kind of competition, it isn't that at all. The second choice, male offspring, can belong to more than one social group. That works for humans because we don't have the set the roles, the us being in a social group doesn't contribute to the long-term effect of the group. Like in an elephant social group, having all the females there, they each have a role in caring for the young, and if one of them's not there, then maybe it doesn't work as well. But when you think about male offspring being in more than one social group, the question, the background information mentioned the word solitary, so they're just out there kind of on their own, just roaming around. So they wouldn't be in multiple social groups. So the correct answer, the adult males can mate with females in several different social groups, comes to the idea of the selection process. If you think about when a robin, the bird, shows up, or a cardinal, maybe a yard or a forest or just an area, shows up in an area, the coloration and the song and things, they all come into play in attracting the females. But it's the idea of the females determining yes or no. Okay, looking over the traits of that male and saying, okay, yes, he would make a good mate, he would a good partner, he would not make a good partner. That kind of selection process still would be in place if an adult male showed up at a elephant social group, the females together, or the female in charge will already make that determination as if this male that showed up, does he have the quality traits that we're looking for the mating process, and if the answer is yes, okay, then we go from there, and if the answer is no, then he would just be turned away. So what that would do then is that would ensure that the best of the best males are the only ones that are going to mate with the elephant females. And that of course then ensures that the offspring will have those quality traits that the idea of heredity is concerned with. So that's the benefit of this kind of social structure, is that the adult males would just go from group to group, and for lack of a better term, the elephants in charge could determine if these kind of traits are the ones that we're looking for to pass on to future generations. So hopefully that helps. That's probably a bit more heredity discussion than you were looking for, but that's really the essence of the question and the background information. So if you need any more help, or if you need more information, or just like more explanation, or maybe in a better way, different way, just let me know, and we can take care of that. And with that, we'll say goodbye.